Hi guys, I hope you have enjoyed the 7-day Yoga Kickstart series that I have uploaded on YouTube. For the last 2 days, which will be over Saturday and Sunday, I'm just going to do really nice, short, simple flows. So throughout the week, it's nice to get in, a good decent practice. Of course, an hour-long class is the best. But yeah, just for these next 2 days, just about getting onto your mat. So I'm going to do a side opening asana practice today, just to open up through the sides. Let's get the camera angle right. Cool. Well, looks good to me. Coming into Sukhasana, a comfortable cross-legged position. We're going to take our hands in a mudra, so joining the index finger and thumb together, letting the middle finger, ring finger and little finger out. Resting the back of the hands onto the knees and softly closing over the eyes. Starting by taking 3 centering breaths, observing the breath moving in and out of the body. And slowly letting the outside world melt away as we take our focus, our attention, our awareness inward. So noticing how the body is feeling today. Notice if you're experiencing any tension in any areas. And using the breath, take your awareness, attention to that area that is experiencing tension. On the exhale breath, releasing that away. So using our breath as a tool to simply let go. Let go of anything that you may be holding on to. At the same time, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. Soften through the face. Soften through the arms. And know that you are supported and safe. And on your next exhale breath, slowly blinking the eyes open. Then taking the right hand beside the body onto the mat. Inhale, sweeping the left arm up, and then exhale, coming over to the side. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, releasing the left hand onto the mat. Inhale, right arm sweeps up. Exhale, coming over to the side. Now you can continue with this movement, or you can come into something more dynamic. Sweeping that left arm forward across the body. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, sweeping the left hand down. As you inhale, sweep the right arm up. So if you need a visualization, just check what I'm doing. You can stay with this one, or you can come into something even more dynamic. Inhale, sweeping the left arm up. Exhale, sweeping both of the hands across the body onto the floor. Inhale, sweeping that right arm up. And then exhale, coming down. So continuing with this movement, incorporating the element of water, so a nice flowy start to the practice as we open up through each side of the body. And coordinating that breath with the movement. Making sure that there's an even distribution through the sit bones, so they're grounding into the mat. And then coming back to center, hinging forward, Making sure that there's no tension into the back. If there is any tension in the back, coming back up slightly. So just hinging at the hips here. And observing the breath moving in and out of the body. And then slowly coming back to center, switching over the legs now. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, releasing down. So opening up through the outside of the opposite hip now because we've switched over the legs. It may feel a little uncomfortable or unusual. Now you can switch the legs back over again if you want to, but if not, you can keep them here, taking a few shoulder rolls up, back and down, helping us to massage and release tension in the upper back behind the shoulder blades. Taking the left ear toward the left shoulder. Inhale, left arm comes up and hand over the right ear if you want to. It doesn't feel that great for me personally, but it is an option for you. Maybe even softly closing over the eyes. Then rolling chin to chest, coming over onto the right hand side. Again, you can sweep that right hand up and placing it over the left ear. Just do whatever feels good and right for you. Taking your focus and awareness into the neck, creating length. And then slowly coming back to center. Taking some rotations now of the spine, so warming up through the spine. As we inhale, taking the chest toward the right knee, sweeping it across the front, over to the left, and then coming back. So really opening up through the heart, shoulder blades back and down on the inhale, exhale, doming through the back belly button to spine. Coming into the opposite direction now. Noticing if the sit bones are still grounding into the mat. And if they aren't and you find that they're lifting, just making the circles smaller here. And then coming back to center. You can switch over the legs if you want to. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. On the exhale breath, the right hand comes over to the left knee, taking the left hand behind the spine, coming into a spinal twist. Every inhale, the crown of the head lengthens towards the ceiling. Exhale, see if you can twist a little deeper. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, coming into the opposite direction. So left hand comes across right knee, right hand behind the spine for support. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, see if you can twist a little deeper. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, hands to heart center. Taking a centering breath. And then releasing. Coming over onto Balasana, child's pose. So releasing the heels down toward, releasing the sit bones down towards the heels, knees as wide as the mat, big toes together, heart releasing down. You can relax through the arms here, letting them be soft. Then staying down here, but taking the hands over toward the right hand side. So feeling that beautiful stretch as we open up through the left side of the body, from the left little finger all the way down to the left hip. And then coming back over to the left hand side now. So whenever we're opening up through our side body, we're also encouraging that lung to open. So taking a lot of oxygen, allowing our breath to become nice and deep. And then coming back to center. And taking the breath to the base of the spine and making your way back up into tabletop position, tucking the toes under and coming into downward facing dog. Again, have an explore in your downward facing dog, pedaling out through the feet, pushing the hands into the mat, bending through that right knee And then taking the hips over toward the right hand side, feeling that length created in the left side of the body. And then coming back to center, bending through the left knee, hips over toward the left hand side. So taking that a couple more times, each side, exploring through the body. Notice how the hamstrings feel as well today. And then slowly walking the feet up towards the hands. Taking the fingertips, running them up through the front of the legs as we roll up one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, palms together. Exhale, hands into heart center. And then taking this opportunity to take 5 centering breaths. Keeping the eyes closed. Noticing how the body is feeling in this standing mountain pose, Tadasana. And on the end of the 5th breath, releasing the hands beside the body. And coming into just rotating, warming up through the spine, letting the hands just gently tap through the body. Visualize, sense and see the spine rotating. This is actually a Tibetan ritual. A lot of people do this first thing in the morning to wake up through the body. So it's a nice thing to do if you feel that you just need that extra little bit of help. It's a nice ritual to come into. Your next inhale, sweeping the arms up, pistol gripping through the hands, index finger and thumb out. Your next exhale breath, taking it over toward the left hand side. So making sure that you have your biceps beside the ears. Inhale, coming back up to center. Exhale, coming over to the right hand side. So not collapsing through the heart. Option here is to release one of the hands as well if it becomes too much. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, coming over to the other side. So making sure that you're rooting both of the feet into the mat, coming back to center, over to the right hand side, and also engaging through the core. So we want to hold integrity in all of the asanas, and then releasing the hands to the lower part of the spine above the sit bones, elbows drawn in, coming into a back bend. So just a mini back bend here, being mindful of your body, opening the heart up. So we don't want to dump into the lower back. It's more about opening up through the heart, bending through the knees, letting the hands fall all the way down onto the mat, coming into Uttanasana, forward fold. Then taking the feet hip distance apart if they aren't already, holding onto opposite elbows and coming into ragdoll pose. Then letting the head hang here. Shoulders are away from the ears, so relaxing them away. And then slowly swaying the torso from side to side. Even taking this opportunity to notice how fast you are swaying. Maybe try and slow it down just a little bit more. And noticing the difference this makes within the body. And releasing the hands onto the mat, stepping the right leg back, releasing the knee onto the mat, untucking the toes. Inhale, sweeping the arms up, biceps beside the ears, core is engaged. And your exhale breath, releasing the hands onto the mat, stepping the knee back, coming into low plank, slowly, or modified plank, slowly releasing the heart down onto the mat. Inhale, coming into baby cobra. Exhale, releasing the heart back down. Inhale, lifting the chest off of the mat. Exhale, releasing down. Taking this one more time, core is engaged, legs are switched on. Exhale, releasing down, pushing back up into downward facing dog. Pedaling the feet out here, core is engaged. Inhale, coming onto the tippy toes, walking the feet up toward the hands. Folding forward again in ragdoll. Taking this opportunity to really slow everything down. Be able to come into the body, feeling the compression, the tummy onto the thighs. And then gently releasing the hands, stepping the left leg back this time, releasing the knee, untucking the toe. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Surrendering the hips down toward the floor. Opening up through the left hip flexor. On your next exhale breath, gently coming back, modified plank, core is engaged, elbows into the side, slowly releasing the heart down. Rolling the shoulder blades back and down, inhale, cobra. Exhale, releasing. Inhale, feeling the back part of the spine engage as we come up. Exhale, feeling the release. So increasing mobility into the spine by increasing the circulation, restricting and then opening. And surrendering down into Balasana, child's pose. Maybe nodding the head from side to side, massaging through the forehead. Let the whole body be soft. Know that you are supported. And then slowly coming back up, coming on to the sit bones, extending the arms out, knees are bent, slowly rolling down onto the mat, core is engaged. Drawing the knees into the chest. Taking the hands across the shins, elbows across the shins, whatever feels good and right for you, and just rocking from side to side. Taking your focus and awareness into the back. You can release the knees if you want a little bit and then take rotations, so circles, massaging through the lumbar spine, the lower part of the spine. This always feels really, really nice for me because I do experience some back pain every now and then. And softly closing over the eyes. Notice what the mind is trying to do. Is it trying to take you away from the four corners of the mat? Just being aware. And preparing yourself for your final meditation. So for this meditation, I'm going to guide you guys through. So I'm setting up here, I'm placing a bolster underneath my knees. You can just grab a cushion or a pillow to go underneath just to alleviate that pressure off of the lower back. Sometimes it can arch and then cause discomfort in Shavasana. I also like to sometimes roll up a towel or a blanket, placing it underneath the feet, so the arches of the heel just onto the rolled up towel. I also highly recommend that you place something underneath the head so that the forehead is above the chin. So you just want that to activate through the vagus nerve. Once we do that, we're able to really come into deep relaxation. Once we activate and release through the vagus nerve, it is responsible for slowing the heart rate down, so it's really, really beneficial, and I always highly recommend it. And then placing a blanket over the top. So I have Shavasana weighted blankets. Just that sense of having something nice over the top of you in Shavasana can make all the difference. All these little things, if you can get into using some props in your yoga practice, it will really change your practice. So maybe pausing the video and just getting really nicely set up here. And taking the next 30 seconds or so to really get comfortable. I also recommend putting something over your eyes. Eye pillow is the best, as it really helps to, again, release that relaxation response in the body, which is what we want in Shavasana. So getting nice and comfortable, you can have your hands resting onto the belly, or you may want to have the hands out toward the side with the palms facing in toward the body or up toward the ceiling. Just having that opportunity to know what feels good and right for your body. Once you have settled into your position, whatever that may look like for you, and taking notice of the breath. So coming into Vipassana, centering breath. Visualize, sense and see, witness, observe the breath moving in and out of the body, not forcing anything. Just letting it be as it is. Now we're going to take a scan. Nice slow scan from the crown of the head all the way down to the tips of the toes. And using the exhale breath, I want you to release, soften and relax that space as I'm calling it out. So the forehead, relax. Let go of any tension here. The cheeks, the jaw, unclenching this area. Maybe even letting the lips peel away from one another. And coming into our shoulders on the next exhale breath, release. Letting them fall away from the ears. Let them be nice and supported by the earth below. And both of your arms and your hands, soften, let them become nice and heavy. Your whole torso, release and let go of any tension that you may be experiencing here. Your hips, your spine, sit bones, let them melt into the floor. And both of your legs, your feet, release and let go. The whole body now. Visualize, sense and see the body lying on the floor on your mat. Using the next 5 breaths to surrender even more into the pose. Visualize, sense and see all that is no longer serving you be let go through the breath. Letting this deep relaxation take over the entire body. And if the mind begins to wander, slowly bringing it back to the breath. Start to bring awareness back into your body. Bringing slow, conscious movement to your fingers and your toes. Maybe taking the arms above the head, straightening out the feet, maybe drawing the knees into your chest, and then slowly rolling over onto a side that feels right for you. I wish to share the story of Shavasana with you all. It is said that when we come into our final resting pose, Shavasana, we are no longer the same person we were when we first stepped onto our mat. We shed layers of ourselves. The pose that you are currently in is called embryo pose, and this is where the new person is born again. And slowly, when you're ready, making your way back up into a comfortable seated position. Inhale, taking the arms up above the head. Exhale, drawing them into your heart space. Finish by taking an Om chant. Just taking a deep inhale breath. On your exhale, repeating Om. Namaste.